All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network. Today we get a very interesting program where we can discuss about things that are happening in our beloved country, Sierra Leone. And I believe, say, every Sierra Leonean once in a while, and important for make once in a while um, learn within the go on at the country, especially at this time when the country is being bombarded with so many misinformation from social media. The only things we dey do na social media na for tell we viewers and listeners within the importance of um, the peace in the country. And as una already don't know, we get a very difficult situation as alone where it dey boil under the rock and hope say it will stay that way there. But in case the rock able for splits and the boiling come at the top, it will be a disaster for Sierra Leone. And that is where um, we come in before that happened, that scenario realized. We come in and try for um, give una the best information we go able for make una learn from that. Um, Before I go for that, for some of una we they watch, please una subscribe na YouTube. Na me YouTube based I want for um develop more, forget enough people them we go able give me more um ability for do more things on YouTube. I get enough for Facebook, but YouTube is still not yet reached to the point where I go able get access to some of the tools then we go make the program look very much interesting on YouTube. So that the reason this way I dey try for promote the YouTube. So you can subscribe na YouTube. Right now I dey broadcast on three platforms. The first one is YouTube. The second one is Facebook, and the third one is called Caster. As when I see at the bottom side of the broadcast, you get the logos for Facebook, YouTube, and Casters. These are the three platforms where are the broadcast right now. Now, let's talk about the peace talks where don't start in a saloon. As we all know, after the election, the 24th of June, um, the ECSL uh, announced the results. The opposition APC party cry foul, say the result does not reflect the actual votes, and the community, the international community, some of the international community split on this. For example, ECOWAS, AU, and others says there is the election is relatively peaceful and fair. The American embassy, the AU, the Carter Center, and few others says the election is even though relatively peaceful, but it lacks some kind of credibility or transparency. That's na in cause the impasse where they go on a salon as we they speak. So the opposition decide for boycotts the governments totally, the mayoral positions, the the councillors, the parliamentarians, and the chairman. So then decide for boycotts, then positions, then they. And what happened? This impasse continue up to today. But quite recently, there is some kind of movement for make sure say peace negotiation actually start. And as recently as a week ago, the the deputy chairman and even the chairman and the secretary general tell we say um, then they can talk for find a way how for resolve the impasse, and that talk been continue for some time, but immediately after the um, the outgone or the former U.S. ambassador to Sierra Leone come out publicly and chastise the elections, and the SLP, the APC party try for reverse their stance, say, well, right now our stance are the same. We stand, we stand. So the negotiation temporarily fall apart, but now I think it don't start back. And quite recently, about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, um, the the Commonwealth, the ECOWAS, and the peace negotiation team, where um, President Madabio formed, they meet with some of the international communities, that is the um, Commonwealth, the ECOWAS, the AU, and then discuss with the SLPP. And also they meet with the APC party. We then discuss few things within the um, amenities that they want for put in place for the negotiation to start, and try for resolve this impasse where um, they go on at the country. The country is very, very tough when it comes to economic hardship. As now already say, the government don't remove the fuel subsidies, we make the fuel price go up to from 21.5 thousand leons, old leons, to 30,000 leons. It's about 8.5 thousand leons increment or increase. And a lot of people are very, very, angry because of the hardship where they go on at that country. And they have to be very angry because, first of all, you not get what they do, you not get work. Now, drag it, the drag forgets. And now, that drag with the drag, every time if you come up point A to point B, that's it costs you more. So I just they imagine for people them way um they work, even the one the way they work, now their office is them. Some people then they pay them 1 million leons, 1.5, 800,000, 2 million. But now we look at the bottom of that group, maybe the one the way then they pay like the 800,000, like the teachers them. Imagine if every morning you get for pay 10, 20, 30,000 for go back and forth from you host to the school where they um they teach. And at the end of the month, you end up paying about 300,000, roughly around 300,000. And imagine if then they pay you 800,000 a month. Waiting actually you go able for do for survive. And if you get picking them or family where you get for feed, that is very, very tough for the kind of people then there. So you see why people are angry, Nasalon. I know say a lot of people then they come with politics when it comes to some of their economic hardship here where they go in the country. Then they come with the politics side of it. But waiting actually a lot of people do not understand the impacts of the thing it not only affects the APC party when at the opposition, it also affects the SLPP folks, you know. So it is very important, irrespective of voting or a political affiliation, for make you understand, say, if you know the help for make things easy for the country, then you're not a contributory factor towards the hardship where they go in the country. And what I mean when I say help, we get political problems. Sierra Leone gets a big political problem. And not to just know this political problem is start. It starts from 1996, where Kabab in there. It come to 2007, where Anes Nkrumah come to power. And now it come to 2018, where Madabio come to power. So every single president who we don't get since 1996, the problem keeps increasing. The problem they come, you know, more wider and bigger every single time of them presidents here will get. So the point here is when you get some of them humongous problems here, which are your responsibility as a Sierra Leonean, you get for step back and say, okay, wait a minute, which are the causes of them problems here? Is it me? Is it the way I they behave? Now in the influence some of them problems here, is it a leadership problem, or this is a national problem? So you see, and to be honest with you, every Sierra Leonean will tell you, say, it's a combination of both national problem, individual problem, and a political problem. So if you don't want for accept for the fact, say, then three components here, and then actually they cause this problem, you only focus on one, it becomes a problem. I want for remind you now, in 2004, 5, 6, especially between 6 and 7, where even musicians at them in the pool sing against Tijan Kaba. People were not satisfied with the condition, the economic condition at that time. So musicians then come and pool sing. Then Bobo Bele them, you know. Then comes the APC party. The first term of the APC party was relatively successful. Even the opposition will tell you, say, yes, at that time, it was very, very good because Anes Nkrumah been come with good intentions for can elevate poverty in the country. What happened along the way, now the second term, nobody don't know, you know. But some of we understand the political dynamics of a country like Sierra Leone. We're able to get some kind of a very good explanation to what happened the second time of Anes Nkrumah, where also musicians them both sing against the APC government. Tolumbu no de Sidoya and Griboku. You see, some of them music then they, you know, you realize there was a problem. Okay, now what in the Sierra Leonean people then do? Let's say we get for change, and that's not the beauty of democracy. If you're not satisfied with one, you go try another one. So now trial and failure. Now in with it, now kind of an experiment. Now we try for do now with democracy. And this is not only exclusive to Sierra Leone. Everywhere democracy is practiced, there's always going to be this trial and failure because somebody they come and tell you, say, I am the best for take una from point A to point B. But when una get on the steering, it take una from point A to point D. Or even in the reverse. So that's, but the fact that at least we able to get a democratic process, even though it's not perfect, but we able to get this democratic process wherein at least we think the people have control over the government, which is the one of the practical principles of democracy. That is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So at least we get that opportunity today every 5 years for let we change leadership if we're not satisfied with the leadership. Now in 2023, a lot of problems between 2018 to 2023, the Mada Bill first time. A lot of problems, a lot of disgruntlement take place. Wherein a lot of people then believe say there should be a change of government. What happen, what not happen, a lot of people they don't understand why. And some of we at least they follow very closely with the politics na salon. We know where the problem is. And what happened? The results come, the ECSL announced the results, and there is some kind of this impasse way right now we try for results. So you get the APC party boycotting the government, and parliament right now is kind of a one party state relatively. As we get two members where they are the opposition. Hold on, let me see if yeah. All right, una continue for put una comment at the comment section of the platform who una the watch with. I know say right now I am broadcasting exclusively on YouTube and trips casters. Okay, so sometimes if you put a comment now, Facebook, I know they get that comment there because you are actually linked to YouTube from Facebook. So you should at least put the comment at the YouTube comment section. Okay, like sure, because at the scene in the gives comment so far. So I want for build up the YouTube platform more and more. I need more so that I make a do them thing. But you still they watch me from Facebook. Actually, you still they watch me from Facebook. The only thing, the comments should go now YouTube. Now you get the best way and call for read the comments. Okay. Mr. Cabo, I think. Mr. Cabo, you did pan right?
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, I do.
They do well. Well.
Sorry about that. Since last week, now the same program. They make their wedding last week, Saturday, the same time, they make a traditional wedding in New Jersey. Now today they are American wedding, the same wedding, in New Jersey.
Well, just be careful. Just be careful when you drive so that they get distracted.
Yeah, I just left, and I'm not going to join you. I'm not going to join you.
Okay, because, it's better because make you not distract yourself. Your life is much more better than for dinner at the TV.
Exactly. What's the topic today? Maybe
we talk about the peace talks where they take place right now, where the APC, SLPP, and the government and some stakeholders, and they try for bridge the gap and resolve the impasse where they go on. Now that one day we talk about today, and secondly we talk about the proposed how you call it demonstration where they say the 11th, and waiting at the implications is there going to be the 2nd August 10. We don't know, but we will discuss on that. So those are some of the things we discuss today.
All right. So I will just be in the background. I listen. When I don't, I'll get.
Yeah. Please do that and focus on the driving. Yeah. So you see, these are some of the things we want for make we all discuss today. Let's get frank discussion. And I know say the politics don't play so much in this impasse where they go on so. But at the end of the day, the only way we're not able to resolve problems, especially problems we relate to opposing side, is the table. Everybody sit down at this one side of the table, me sit down at the other side of the table, and we go able for amend any misunderstanding and disgruntlement or differences we get. But if everything we want for use some kind of a brutal force, it's it just they exacerbate the problem. And that one they may not want for make we we do not the country. I know say a lot of people them always very eager for see commotion they go on a salon because that's na in they make them they feel happy. I don't know why people then they feel happy for make commotion continue for happen at that country. The country is too small, ladies and gentlemen. Sierra Leone, the population of Sierra Leone is like one city in China. Yeah. It's less than one city, in fact, because some cities then in China weigh na 10 million. So just imagine. Um, but the the negotiation, I think it's going on slowly. And I just the pray God say make um that negotiation continue and succeed. Irrespective of waiting now the differences if you all compromise one way or the other. And talking of compromise, um I not say this negotiation is going to be very tough. I'm not going to hide and give now because looking at the dynamics we don't play from the time when I announced the election up to today, there are some kind of opportunist tendencies where they play. The SLPP actually, most of them actually they're not ones from not all, but most of them they're not one for the APC members of parliament for Guna parliament. You know why? Because that's able to give them the opportunity for grab some of the seats them, the 52 seats them where the APC party left vacant. I don't know when, according to the law, when that care for come into fruition if the APC at all no go na parliament. But I understand say na 29 sittings. I don't know if it don't reach the 29 cities. I think we some of we be all confused when they say 29. We feel say na 29 days after the opening of parliament, but actually not sittings. Not to by days, now by sittings. Maybe now that make up to this time, there is still some kind of leverage by the APC MPs for make them still get the opportunity for going to parliament because the 29 sittings probably reach it. But even at that, you get another list where probably get for take another 29 sittings after the first list is expired, another 29 sittings. I don't know whether at that time parliament go down, settle down, and every day then they sit and make it probably a month instead of like waiting they go on. So who knows? So they really wants that they look up to the APC party continue for boycott this so that when the time reach, then go occupy. And then not the highland they talk everybody know for say that's not the intention. So going with this intention to this negotiation might influence the stance of the SLPP. The APC party, on the other hand, is betting on an empty basket. And what I mean, the APC leadership is betting on the support of international communities such as the USA, and maybe a little bit of the EU. And I think those are the EU. I don't know which country again where actually actively they try for push the APC party to believe that there will going to be a change or there will going to be a hope where then go realize then demand met by the ECSL or something like that. But in my own opinion, I think that is the most dumb and dangerous um, thinking, because clearly it's already shown that um, places, countries like the United States, then they tried and level best for influence, waiting for be the outcome of this, but then gets limitation. To be honest with you, then gets limitations, and the limitations here is the only way then we're able to do is you know, make sanctions, like putting the sanction where they don't put so for same certain individuals where they believe saying they contribute towards the rigging of the election are being barred from entering the United States. And the other one, we then delay the MCC compacts. These are some of the things we then they do. But for saying forcefully, then get for make change within the country is practically impossible. It has to be some kind of a negotiation. And I agree, Payasane, few days ago, he tried for address the APC affiliate groups, them fundraising, where he insinuates say after the negotiation, what then they expect is the number of seats we then get in the parliament go increase, and I don't know how that is going to be possible. For say the SLPP get for relinquish some seats to the APC party. Who knows? Because Salona a magical place, right? But to me, I don't think say that is going to be possible simply because ECSL already don't announce those seats. The one where the APC party win, the 54, those seats are not going to be relinquished by the APC party except legally the time when the uh, the 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 constitution or the the law permits say after that time day, then definitely the seat becomes vacant. Then somebody is going to fill that seat, and that person is going to be the second party we win the election. For example, in the northern part of Sierra Leone, we are in most of the 54 seats won by the APC party. The second party will be, for example, Naputloko, Bombali, Tonkolele, and Kabala, those other areas. The second party now the SLPP. Um, the 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 SLPP members weighed and then at the first list are going to automatically occupy those seats. Something that I pray God for make ever reach that kind of scenario that day. But who knows? We get people them way they are more thinking about their own individual interest than the interests of the ordinary people. And this has been the case for some time now. And this is not actually exclusive to the APC party. You understand? This is actually a problem for both APC, SLPP politicians that we don't like continue for a very long time. And when you look at um, uh, the method in which these people are using, it's very, very reprehensible, you know. But what will they do? Will they pray God for make the negotiation succeed so that we people that then go live in a very peaceful atmosphere. One of the things we make it important that the the country day in peace because already the the economic hardship is telling on the people so much. And I know they try for insinuate anything here, but when people are struggling to the extent that they're not getting nothing with it than they live for, that's where trouble starts. You know, now the trouble they starts when people are actually pushing to the wall, then go out for pushback. And I dey pray God for say make we not reach that stage day because that is going to be a very disastrous thing. And that brings me to the second segment of the program today. I will try my level best for do 1 hour some minutes this program today because I guess for those other things them. But as we now all know, there is this rumor that a protest is a nationwide protest is going to take place on the 11th of September. That is this coming um Monday, and I don't know who are the organizers of these protests, but I understand say certain individuals and some groups on social media. One of them, I think, we actually claim to be the organizers, the PPP, and we all know say the PPP in kind of a fringe group, we kind of a pleasure group, you know, where they organize back another protest, we end up disastrously. And before the protest, some of we warned that this is going to cause a big problem because that particular protest, I'm talking about August 10, that particular protest was meant for disaster. I don't know some people that then actually pay attention. But during the time at this particular program, we came out and say, hey, those who are organizing this protest need to stop because the objective is not realistic. Number one, because some of the things that we I mean they talk about is the overthrownment of the government. Will they go physically? Will they go remove Madabu in a state house? Uh, yeah, in a state house. Right there by itself is violence. And the last thing where you need in a salon a violent protest because the innocent people are going to be killed, they are going to be injured, and that's exactly what happened. Even though some of we come out long before that protest, they say this is going to cause disaster, and this protest will get for happen. We already don't begin see some kind of movement. But one of the things where I concern, first of all, before I do that, let me just come out and tell my own point of view when it comes to protest. I strongly believe, say, the people should get the right to protest. Now, a democratic system. That is something that is indisputable. Then suppose forget that opportunity for express them view because that's not one of the principles of democracy. The right to expression, the right to congregation, you know, where we call the right to freedom of speech. Okay, um, that's not the fundamental right of the people. However, when you look at the the atmosphere within the country and the historical background of protests in Sierra Leone, it is very, very concerning to me, and especially at this time, again, organizing another protest. Because most of the time, protests in Sierra Leone, number one, are always turned out to be violent, either because of the instigation of the police, the security forces, or the very protesters, them way then they begin stone the security forces. So there is no protests in Salon since 1996, which turned out to be very peaceful because of them two factors here. One group go must instigate the other for make them take violent actions. And that's always the end up killing innocent people. Okay. That's point number one. I remember um during the time of Anas Baikoloma, Namabela, a protest will take place where there was a lot of chaos and even killing. You go to Kabbalah, the youth village, protests. It was supposed to be peaceful. It turned out to be deadly. You go to Injala, the same thing. Then comes to Madabio. Well, I don't want to go as far as Tijankaba. Tijankaba, we know how many people that will die. where them people and they all what them do now for just express their views about things where they go on at the country. Those people were killed brutally. Some of them actually then take tires, then well tire upon them and they light them on fire live. We already get that history there. Now come to Madabio. Madabio, how many protests where it don't happen, where it don't crack down? McKinney, that's now a very typical example about that generator where they may want for go take. How much people then died in? I think about 6 or 7 people then, according to the count where they're showing. You go now Freetown or Tumbo, people were killed. Panemba Road, people were killed. But the most important thing right now we are concerned about when it comes to this protest is that West Africa is actually going through what we call a revolutionary change. Right now, it's only secluded to the francophone countries. But even at that, even the anglophone countries, that is the francophone countries, now countries that we been colonized by the French, and the anglophone are by Britain. Okay, so even though some of them coups their way they take place now the francophone countries, it don't create an edge even with the anglophone countries. So most of the leaders then within the anglophone countries are also very paranoid because anything can happen. So with that paranoia, and you push people in the streets, and looking at the historical background of protests in Sierra Leone, the security forces probably not go take them very lightly. The government not go take them very lightly. And we think for end up killing. And they see some disturbances, then we been a go. Then 2 days there, I think one I see one video now, Waterloo, the other one eastern part of Freetown. Yeah, now they always problem they happen. No. So that's very, very scary. It's very, very scary. Waiting we go able to do now for hold we government accountable. If we cannot protest peacefully, then waiting at the next thing what we will do for all we government accountable. For just wait for the next election. Maybe that's a very good idea. But 5 years is very, very low. So I think say if we get with grievances, the best way is not to go to the street and cause mayhem. I go tell you I say there are people within the APC, within the diaspora where this is what they want. Then they enjoy when Sierra Leoneans are being slaughtered. To them, not kind of a validation for say they are the saviors of Sierra Leoneans. They're not the diaspora. We know them. We all know them. You know them, me know them, and everybody knows them. These people are actually doing this not because for help Sierra Leoneans. We right now they suffer now the country. Then they do them because they want to forget fame. We then they call fame by meme. How many people there would don't meme that country there? Some of them they don't even take all their nearest relatives there out of Sierra Leone. But these are the people that are pushing innocent young people. Them say, hey, now going to streets for go fair. This is about the survival of the country. There are people where they call me say Dr. Mankota a pacifist. Well, I think now a badge of honor for being a pacifist. Somebody we know one war. I think now a good person. You can call me a pacifist. That's fine. But based on me and experience, we are young, very young, during the time of the Rebel War, and what I go through, I get a story. The reason which me cannot like chaos and war na salon any longer, because I get an experience. A lot of people they not getting experience. Most of the one they waiting at the diaspora now, yeah, where they go and wait and call so. Maybe they may not left Sierra Leone before the rebel war kind of free tongue, you know. So even though yes, they been there during the time of the rebel war, but they're not actually directly um experience the war itself. But people like me, so where if I give them a story why I am against any war, not only Sierra Leone. If you they if you they follow me very carefully, I am against any war because what's not the good thing we what they bring? Absolutely nothing. Now only destruction. We have seen that in Sierra Leone. We have seen that in um, other parts of the world. Look at what's going on Ukraine today. How many innocent people that have been killed in that part of the world? At the end of the day, waiting for happen. Right now, the area, people now then they talk say, well, we'll get for go at the table for go sit down and negotiate. Well, why don't you do that in the beginning? Why? Why over 1 million people have to suffer, have to die before you negotiate? So yeah, if you call me a pacifist, I think a badge of honor to be pacifist, especially when it comes to CLM, because what impasse between 1991 to 2002, I don't think anybody we directly involved who wants another chaos in that country. We just need negotiation. That's all we are talking about. So the protests, in my own opinion, I am very much afraid that it will turn violent and innocent people are going to be killed. And that's my concern. I know see most of the people the way they do this, they don't care about those people at all. Look at August 10. What happened? August 10, people were killed. Over 30, 40 people. Some they say even over 100 people they killed. That's not the official uh, count that one day. We don't know how many people that were killed actually, but the official count is about 20, between 27 and 30. Okay. What about the families of them people and the way they left? Una way been they instigate that that protest. Waiting are the waiting una don't do for them people and every single month. Nothing absolutely. Some of una they pretend like to una actually cause them deaths and they una they pretend. And those people are suffering. Imagine the one themselves where they work right now, how then they suffer. Then you get person way been they work for you, like Emmanuel Samson, Evangelist Samson. Okay. 2, 3 days, people then go and you get that, then make like say, then they support the lady, the widow, and the pekin, and they support it. After week 2, 3, 4, 5, everybody don't go back now in normal business. She's there with the child. She has to survive. And you guys, they're not the diaspora. We are not able for resolve, for help them kind of people that the way that una don't left widows. They call for another protest. For kill more. Well, I hope say we all go able for realize for say we get demented people now we society we will not for suppose for be non give platforms for make them able for influence with society this negative way. We get them people that there are too many, too much. And with a hero, with a try for you know put some kind of hero status to them people in there. The more we begin realizing the only way forward for Sierra Leone for survive is through peaceful coexistence, respect for each other. The SLPP guy respect me, na the APC, me, na the APC respect the SLPP guy. We na me main theme in this program for the past, I don't know how many years, is the better we were able for live in peace. But if you tell me say because me na APC, so therefore me na enemy to you, or you na APC because and therefore you na me enemy, That's not the way a civilized society is supposed to live. And if this is the way, then why do we actually try for forced democracy? Because the purpose of democracy now for make we able get competing ideological differences. That's not the purpose. Multi-party democracy. You know. Otherwise, if we're not able to tolerate somebody who has contrary views and we try for stifle them and we try for bulldoze them, then you don't need for dinner a multi-party democracy. Or maybe you don't even understand what are the purpose of multi-party democracy. The proponent of this concept is actually based on differences and how we go able to accommodate those differences. It gives us more power and it gives us more ideas. Because if we all get the same idea, every time at the same idea, what do go people? When you look at even nature, what make nature they thrive? Now because of differences. You get the cow is different from the goat is different from the sheep is different from the leopard is different from the lion, the human being is different from the baboon. Even within the human race, we are different. You get the white, you get the black, you get the brown, you get the green. Maybe now you get in terms of gender also, you get the male, you get the female, and now we don't add another one we then call other. So if we are just sit down and realize that our differences makes us stronger and better, then we will stop for good instigate violence because we're different. This is why a lot of people do not actually like people like me, so Dr. Mankota. Because me, they look at them thing and they for saying a blessing. To be different is a blessing. Because when we get ideological differences, I will able to learn from your ideology way different from mine, and you will able to learn my own ideology. And if we bring them two ideologies that need together and put them at the table, try for shifter out which one we're able for help the country. This is how advanced society prosper. But Sierra Leonean, the moment you get ideological difference with other person, you have become an enemy number one. Try for undermine you, try for destroy you, try for talk bad about you, go around, instigate other people them. And especially in Sierra Leone, one of the things where I find out in Sierra Leone where a very, very bad is if me and Mr. X get a problem, okay? Now, it's no longer, the problem is no longer about me and him. The problem now is about me and my friend against him and his friend. And the other thing here is the moment you go outside, go talk about your opponent in a bad way, automatically people then they take and say, nah, not true. And now then people then they try for take waiting the information where you talk about the other person, whether true or not, then they propagate them at the other side. And the funny thing is, then they talk like say actually, then people and they don't meet the guy where they talk about. This is something that is happening in our society, in our community. Somebody, because when I get ideological differences, they come, they say Dr. Mankota is a bad person who is here, so a bad person. Then somebody will know this be Dr. Mankota. When they talk to Dr. Mankota for no who than Dr. Mankota, what did he do? Now, all of a sudden, because Mr. X don't talk say Dr. Mankota is a bad person. Now, if they see Dr. Mankota, that idea they take a look at him. That's why not bad. And that person there, when no one they talk to Dr. Mankota, he just hear him from another person. You don't know what's not the objective of that person there. If they take him, if they go tell another person, like say, yes, indeed, He don't confirm say Dr. Mankut a bad person. And the other person take him back, now so the misinformation they go around. This is how we destroy ourselves. Black. This is not a black issue. And if we not try for change with attitude, for make sure say, for verify everything with the hearing and social media, we will end up destroying ourselves. For the past 5 years, I don't see a shift, a very rapid shift. Like I tell you earlier, the division within the society has been going on gradually. You just have to look at where Sierra Leone was during the time of Pakaba, then compare that where Sierra Leone was during the time of Ernest Bai Koroma, and compare that where Sierra Leone is now this Madabio regime. You they see a very progressive deterioration of with society, the division where they build up very slowly. But this past 5 years, it was very rapid. And it rapid because the government itself fail for realize and understand their own obligations. And I don't talk about this, but it's very important that I repeat it here. When you become a leader, now a country like Sierra Leone, we are in about 60% or 55% of the people are either semi-illiterate or totally illiterate. And the perception of them people, then they are so fundamentally backward. You as the leader, therefore, be very smart enough for deal with situation, especially political situation within the country. And that was a horrible fail by the Madabio government. When they come, it can't like say they come with vengeance. They know they for the past 10.5 years. So to them it was very disastrous. So they come with vengeance, then come respond or avenge the deplorable situation where they've been there for the past 10.5 years. The first thing we can do, where they begin feel miserably, can't chastise the outgoing government officials. Them. It creates a very, very negative thoughts in the minds of people. And compounded by our own inability or unwillingness, I'm talking about we at the APC, unwillingness to realize, yes, indeed, we have lost the election and we have to give peace a chance. We have to do our level best for come halfway and try for suicide with the meet with the SLPP. The SLPP were fomenting division. I'm talking about government officials. When I remember the snapshot or the snap investigation where they say I don't know what's the name, transitional investigation or something like TI, whatever. Okay. Then come out, begin to denigrate the outgoing government officials then. Now the public, now the media. How they don't bankrupt the country, the level of corruption will happen. Yeah, we know see corruption happen at that country during the time of APC. We know that. But today, look the corruption where they gone. You cannot fight corruption by eliminating or trying to exclude an entire section of society. The fight against corruption in Sierra Leone has to be nationalized. And it has to be inclusive. You bring the opposition, you bring yourself, you bring the stakeholders, you bring the citizens, you bring the non-governmental organizations. When I all sit on a table, when I try for formulate a process in which the fight for corruption is going to succeed. But if you say, I alone can do it, they fail miserably, and the SLPP fail miserably. They fail. Yeah, they're not going to accept that, but this is a fact. Okay, tell me the fight against corruption, other than when somebody then say they accuse somebody, say, okay, you steal 1 billion loans. Oh, now you know what? Let's negotiate. You give me 500 million. I will take them. You hold the 500 million. Huh? That's not a fight against corruption. That's not. It's an encouragement towards corruption. The FCC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, sometimes we can call her anti, AUNTY. That's why they call her Anti-Corruption Commission. The tactics that they use, yes, and they get the money, but it's not about the money where they steal. You cannot focus on the money where they steal. You get to focus on the attitude, the behavior, the perception of those people who actually stole this money. And the tactics is never a success. I know say a lot of people, then they come, the SLPP folks especially, then they can always, then they try for, idealize the ACC because they don't retrieve 5 billion loans or 10 billion loans. It doesn't matter. The intention of fighting corruption is not actually about that. It's about how to stop corruption. Not only focusing on the past corruption, but some kind of a process in which the people where they continue for corrupt, then they find them very difficult. For example, if I, Dr. Mankota, I've been work for the government, I still 100 million loans. Now the office where they work. When I know say yes, I don't steal this money. Then when I can't attack me, say, hey, we know say you steal this money. But you know what? Give me 50 million. I would be very glad to forgive the 50 million because I know that I still get profit. Because first of all, I no work for that money there, genuinely. Now still I still am. And if they take 50 million, I still get 50 million profit. That's still a 100% profit. So what thing that they tell you, they actually encourage me for do more because I know same. The next time if I steal 1 billion, I will get 500 million after they take the 500 million. So the entire process of fighting corruption is flawed. And I see people that they idolize Ben Kelfara, say, oh, now the best, one of the best commissioner for the ACC since then create the ACC. He's one of the worst. I don't say the worst, I say one of the worst commissioner for fight against corruption. Because the purpose is not negotiation. And especially negotiation, we're not even fair for to the people of Sierra Leone. Imagine me go thief him money. I thief 1 million loans from you. Okay? Then the police come. They can hold me and say, you say this person can't thief 1 million loans. Then the police say, you know what thing? Give me the 500,000. So let the case done. Would that still lost? Now you, because you just not lost 500,000. So the same thing here, the people of Sierra Leone are still the losers. And this gimmick way the ACC actually they go through. Go and say they go and take money. If you pay the money, this amount of money. No, if that is the case, if really this is the route where the ACC for being don't take, there's a way still. There's something kind of a solution towards that. Now let's say Dr. Mankota take 1 million loans. Let Dr. Mankota pay 10 million loans. Okay? Once Dr. Mankota for pay 10 million loans for the 1 million loans where it is now a deterrent. You see? So even though the route where they take, if they know what they do for being good, but because of the way they do them, if they encourage people for being more corrupt. If Dr. Mankota pay 10 million loans for the 1 million loans, next time he go think twice for saying anything. I don't think say I go take 10 million loans. We go make me they pay 100 million loans. And they do them. But you get SLPP folks the way then they go around Doctor, what's it, Doctor? Ben Kalfara, Commissioner Ben Kalfara, then they get award, international award. I don't know who's kind like international community where they go give Ben Kalfara award. Either that international community or whatever it is, they don't even understand what's in the gun at the country. Or maybe they are part of this gimmick. Like DFIB, the British organization responsible for most of this nonsense there where they go on. It's supposed to be a deterrent. Okay? So when people then they go around and they go and hail Ben Kalfara, a young man, I can forgive him some kind of credit, at least he tried, but he is doing it the wrong way. So you see, these are some of the problems the way we get in the country, where we all get to sit down and work together and become very, very open. The fight against corruption, to be honest with you, it cuts across political line. Anybody will tell you, say, this party, it corrupt, this party not corrupt, that person then are partisan bickering no more paper. And I am not the type of people where they do that. Because I cherish Sierra Leone more than I cherish individual political party. Some of them don't already know me. The APC government show in the latter part too many corruption. The SLPP in the first part of the 5 time, I'm talking about Madabio in first 5 time, pretend to be fighting corruption, but they became more corrupt than even the corrupt people they were in the fight against. This, we need somebody who get the guts for stand up and make it a point of duty for fight corruption genuinely. And probably I will be that person. Yeah? Will not trust me. Will not trust me. Because I have proven to be somebody where, number one, I'm not selfish. If it's about me story, my life story, the last way they think about me is greed and selfish and corrupt. Anybody will believe say Dr. Mankota corrupt or greedy or selfish, you don't understand Dr. Mankota. I have a very good story to tell you guys. But when the time reach, we are going to tell the story. And I want for me kuna all we politicians them accountable. Whether now you brother, now you sister, or now you tribesman, hold them accountable. We have tolerated so many people just because of relationships. Poor performing people. And it destroyed the country. Who said the country this today so? Sierra Leone. You satisfied with the condition of the country today? No. And I know that some folks now the APC and they come back say APC been better pass SLPP. Well, politically speaking, yeah. I prefer APC than SLPP. Yeah, politically speaking. But realistically, these people are the same. They are the same. Take that small money where therefore go help for build a hospital na yearly boya. Take and share them. The project not go through. But now we APC folks. Or that small money, we then go learn from IMF or World Bank or wherever the place is for go build a school that Bafanta take and share them from the SLPP. So these people are the same. I'm telling you, we need somebody. We need what we call a sacrificial person, somebody with a sacrifice in personal gain for the benefit of society. This is how advanced society started. Selfless individuals, where then they bond together, come together and form some kind of a very strong union where we're able influence a lot of people in the country. The influences then we don't see so far in the country. Now more of division. Sierra Leoneans, they hail and idolize division. And that's not the problem we get right now. Until we stop that. We know what we before. Well, I got some 5 minutes to go. Let me see. I got few comments. Let me go and call the comments. Yeah, sure. Say good afternoon, doctor. Hey, sure. Good afternoon. How you do? And he also say our political future look grim. From now on, the losing party will employ the same playbook as APC. There will never be a legitimate president ever in Sierra Leone, because the opposition will employ the same. Yeah, and that's exactly my concern. You see, some people there then they look at me and say, Dr. Mankota, you know APC. Why they support these efforts by APC? Well, the reason which me cannot support some of the employment or some of the tactics we some of leaders they employ, not because I don't want to support the APC, but imagine if we begin employ certain tactics every time election happen, somebody will come out and say, oh, then don't tip. So therefore, with the boycotts, will they do this, will they do that? There is always going to be that. Well, just imagine in 2018. 2018 was well, not to that no more. Let me go back in 2012. The only person and the only election in the history of multi-party democracy since 1996, where Assisi it will not get too much problem. Now, the 2007 election. Yes, the opposition actually cry foul. But the late Solomon Bera, may God give him good road, who I them. Those are some of the heroes who were supposed to idolize. Somebody will looping, he be get the power for saying, no, I not agree. For what happened at the election, where he looping, he say, for the sake of the country, I go left everything, make things wrong. Yeah, somebody don't say, well, now because of that, make this continues. No, not because of that. It's because we get the appetite for divide the country. No. But besides that, in 1996, as the court self-acknowledged, there is still the election from Kelfas Smart. The court self-acknowledged 3 years later. There's still the election and say, yes, the petition where Kelfas Smart then put in a correct position. But it was too late. In 2012, why you not agree for say the APC win the election? They go to court. In 2018, the APC not ever agree say yes, we lost the election. Even though the election now we self-conduct the election, that will be in a power. But we still say there's still the election. Now we be win that election there. And what then they do now? You see, the moment we begin to tolerate deception in our society, I'm talking about bold and public deception, we don't get a problem. In 2018, now we conduct the election. Now we be in a power. We lost the election. We still, Grom would say, Now still they steal the election from we. And a day this animosity started. No. So in 2023, if everybody or or many people, let's say maybe almost 90, 97, 98, 99% of the APC folks believe say this past election was stolen. The APC won the election. Go on their social media groups then. Go on social media groups and see how people then they talk. You ask most of the annual way they talk say, okay, the APC win the election, I still and still. You ask how. They're not able to give you any tangible reasons. Because not just when they say a repeater, just they repeat waiting hearing from other person. Anyway, shall say, especially since our politics is based on regional ethnicity, combine that with the economic difficulties and with a young population. Add that to corruption and nepotism. You are right, my brother. Hence, we need a big, bold vision for not only the next 5 years, but a plan for the next 15 to 20 years project with a plan and vision. When I allow me for make a car rule, I like na 5 years no more. If I rule salon just for 5 years, everything go most things then will change. With the exception of other few things then, because I know will come and tell you, say, I get the magic one way I just the knack, everything change. But things then will begin put themselves in the right path. So if I left now, hopefully the next people the way they come, they just they continue with that path. They Sierra Leone will be a better country. The problem we get right now is we politicians are not there in their offices for help the Sierra Leonean people. They are there for help their own pocket. That's one of the biggest problems we get in our country. So, shrink the federal government down to 50%. Use that savings to invest in infrastructure projects like schools, hospital, and road, etc. You can even subsidize fuel. Put the people's first. Now give me the opportunity. And I want to make you take a look at the profiles of all the people that we don't rule Salon. Let's go back to Pasheki. Look at where he be young in profile. Say where he can get power. You go able to see a trend. Go to Momo. You go see a trend. Then Pakaba. Because I know I'm for the NPRC. They are military rulers. Okay. Pakaba. Look at Pakaba in profile way beyond. In fact, Pakaba, according to what they tell me, because that's an edition term, then will not be born here. They say they're found and guilty of corruption. They've been banned. They say they've been banned Pakaba. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. Okay. Then come to Anespekuroma. Then come to Madabio. There is some kind of a pardon with each and every leader where we don't get so far. And the trend here is they are more in tune to their own personal gains. Well, if we really want for make Sierra Leone a better country, first of all, let's genuinely start for profile them people there before they can have power. You know, they can begin profile person after you don't need a power. You first start them before you can have power so that they will give a clear understanding of who this person is. And you get for do and genuinely, you know, get for use influence like relationships and regionalism, tribalism, all them kind of relationships, and you get for pull them out of the profile. If we do them, definitely we go able for get the best leader. Some of say a good leader, and not in a salon. And they but cool. But we are focusing on the small ones, then we now opportunists them. Okay? So I agree with you. With the right leadership, you can grow our economy to 10% GDP. With that, more people will be employed. We need bold vision. Yeah, let's put a vision. Adepan work on me exploratory team. Who knows? And see which visions them way. I want people them way actually not visionary people them. Give me something. Okay, give me something. Um, let me show you. I don't know whether I will be able to show you. All right. Well, let me know. Not sure. Let me not show exactly what are they pan right. But in any case, these are some of the things where these are the visions where we need now the country. You know, they can begin profile somebody where you the person already don't get the weapon, the way now the power. Your profile is nothing, absolutely. It's nothing. You get a profile person before you bring kind of power. So you understand and exactly. Now the reason now the way quick we begin surprise. Hey, will not be expect say this person they can do so. Ajibu Jalo, I listen. Okay, Ajibu Jalo, thank you very much. Now for share that YouTube stuff. Okay, I'm so glad today. All the way them calling now YouTube it come out, so that's good. All right, sure say I wish the protests will come organically within the borders of Sierra Leone. It is sad some people are using the people for their own selfish reasons, and the diaspora is responsible for some of the deadly protests. Yeah, I was arguing with one of my comrades na APC. I know they call him name na the program, but then na the diaspora na yeah, then get good homes, and they sleep well, get a good job. Well, a good job is necessarily a job where you're able to make you pay your bills them and still maintain some kind of family stability, you know. A very good living down there. So people are living here down there, at least. But you compare that to Sierra Leone, some people they not even get outside and they sleep. Look at some people they outside and go bill. On that bomb, you see them small huts them where then go put when the water come now the other drainage area them where the water come all the water they go inside people their house. And when they take advantage of them people then they them deplorable situation. Now the government I make the water go now also so therefore go protest against the government. You see down in America they eat well. So yes indeed we are responsible partly for this problems the way they happen as alone. Yeah. Now, more like Cabo saying, okay, so true, doc. Yeah, it's true. But saying it's true is not enough. What are you going to do? Since you know, say what are they talk so natural? We want a movement. If we just always they sit down at the corner with the look and say, me I not care because me daddy not a politician, me mama not a politician, I not care. They didn't try them. This was the kind of perception we been get before the rebel war. When things I mean they go wrong, a lot of people them, especially we old people them, and say, let them try it, at the politician, and then they eat the money. But when the war come, most of them politicians then get enough money for run away out of the country. Who say you they go? Who say you brother they go? Nowhere because they not get the opportunity for do that. So we have to take responsibility of our own lives. And how? By genuinely hold we leaders them accountable. I detest any violence in that country. There are so many ways where they hold you leaders them accountable. And until we form that movement, we start actually for organize in a way where we let them look in and say, well, there I am, now first for reckon with. You know, we'll take we serious. I'm talking about the diaspora. We get the opportunity for control situation at that country positively. But no, most of the positive guys then sit down at the corner, they don't care. They say, it's not my problem. That's our own problem. But when the hardship hits, your brother or your sister or your relative waiting a salon where they suffer, if you get your number, Every single night they call you, hey brother, nothing audio now for help me. You get for take money sent to them. If you're not somebody when a family oriented person, not so. You do have to do that. So you see, it's just like one of the stories them, the analogies them where I really always like for tell, especially in this platform is there's an analogy or kind of a story where um the chief, the chief, the paramount chief, now the village, he gets a lot of you know, cow, sheep, foal, goats, and even horses. Okay. So this chief here, he get one of him wife, where Nakumra, he just born picking. So this picky here, he been a crawl, a ganya na the gaso. So the cow then sit down, so then they eat the, then sit up, so then they eat the grass. So now they a snake been the come out, now the grass, it come towards the picking. Okay, would that first see that snake there? Now the fall. Now then it turn to the cow, the goats, and the sheep and say, hey, he say this snake where they come towards this pig here. When I try for make sure say you not bet this pig here. If you bet this pig here, no problem. The cow will say, not to me problem that one day. Let them try it. The sheep self are the same thing, say let them try it. The goat are the same thing, say let them try it. I the fall say, hey, today una say not to una problem. But it will be una problem very soon. They say, not a problem. If he bet himself now in mama and in papa na them problem. Well, where the snake can near the picking, you don't know what's in the, you don't know the danger. He try for play with the snake bet the picking. The picking, he convulse. So he begin cry. In mama come, can't take him. You don't know what happen. So then they try to say the picking die. Well, and see, not to them problem, the sheep, the cow, and the goats, not to them problem. What's happen? People then cry, the entire town, but what's happen? Hey, the chief in Peking don't die, na snake better. Then go na the house and go cry. Till now people then say, well, what you get for do for the people the way they can the bearing. And say, oh, get some fall them way right now. Let we try catch them fall them. Let we can't kill them for cook for the people the way they can the bearing. You see? I see them and say not to them problem. Now it don't be them problem. They catch the fall them kill. So the fall they don't go. If you don't forbid them avoid that picking from the snake, sometimes enough will be happen. But what will happen? Now the fall them now there's no problem. Well, now Africa will get 3 days, 7 days, and 40 days, not so. Well, when the 3 days reach, and say, well, we'll get some goats, them let we use them first. Well, the goats will be saying not in problem. Now it don't be in a problem. Then kill the goats. 7 days, now the sheep. Well, the 40 days, and see now the big one, now the big occasion. And say, well, and see a lot of people then get for come out from other villages for camp. Let we take care of the let we kill the cow. So this na an analogy where go able make you think again when something they happen, when a bad thing, you say not to your problem. You understand? This is not just kind of an educative analogy where you just have the look. For say, okay, oh yeah, I'm not saying that true what Dr. Mankota they do, but at the end of the day, what do you get for do about that? Because today it could not be your problem, but tomorrow it could be your biggest problem. Like the analogy I give. So we as Sierra Leoneans should always try our level best for stop any bad things where they happen at the country. We get to stop that. Even if we for sacrifice our own interests for the sake of the society, let's do it. So we need a movement at this particular time because the scar where this election for the past five years we don't pass, that scar where we don't create a lot of demented people. The way we idolize them, we put them at the forefront of we politics, then don't destroy the fabric of society. The confidence where people that don't get. Everybody now they try for go towards their own tribes, their own region, their own political party. That's scaring. If we not try for take care of that, for handle that scaring, brothers and sisters, Sierra Leone is in a big trouble. So we need a movement, okay? All right. Shortly, doctor, what do you think about instituting the death penalty for public corruption? I think it's much more than the death penalty. The death penalty now a deterrent. Okay, I know they tell you like now a very important deterrent towards stopping corruption. But I don't think saying that the most effective deterrent, because when you kill somebody, you understand? Well, it don't know. In punishment, don't know. Anything where you do after that, not about him again. Okay? So the best way you go do, in my own opinion, if I become president of Sierra Leone, is creating a system in which you look this money. He said this if I touch him, now my entire family, you know them call now I don't destroy so. Like what I tell you now earlier. Number one, I know they kill you. You go to jail for life. That's not one thing. You don't need to kill somebody. Let the person go to jail for life and not to down the number before you go to jail. Even if not for life, but like I say, if the person thief 100 million leons, may the person pay 500 million. If you not get that 500 million, then with the seize in house, with the seize all in assets, in bank account, and everything. Then the next step, now for putting in a jail. Let's say you don't pay the money, then we'll put you in a jail for 10 years. Well, if you're in 60 years, you go to jail for 10 years, you are done. It's better than for kill you, you know. So the death penalty, in as much as it is a deterrent, but not so effective, not effective. Because that person sin in punishment, where you go make, even if you come on now in get for preach to the other people. But if you go kill him, it's undone. It's undone. It don't blow. Yeah. So let me answer down there. All right. Yes, doctor, you can be the next president for our beloved Sierra Leone. Let's bring a new day for our people. Indeed, both parties are the same. Both are a chain around our neck. We are suffocating. Yes. Yes. I know say it will be very difficult because the moment you talk about somebody waiting at the SLPP, we want for run, because the person affiliated to the SLPP, that alone don't deter a lot of people then from voting for that person, even if the person is the best person. The same thing with APC. I know say not to everybody go want for vote for me, especially from the SLPP. But I strongly believe say there are people who don't understand Dr. Mankota, when SLPP, where then give me higher respect than even the young member politicians them, because of me stance them, because of me credibility and truthfulness. Yeah. Then there are a lot of the SLPP. So I'm more optimistic than a lot of people. You know, I think say I don't try my level best. I don't know whether I succeed, but I don't try my level best for the past 20 years for build up my repetition in a way in a kind of a uniter, somebody way actually not afraid even for push interest aside for and bring in the interest of the society. When the time reach, I will give you my story. Yeah, some people then go talk say, oh, what you don't do for salon. Well, let the time reach. Okay. I don't know. I'm just kind of some kind of a hope I may not even get for be a leader. Sometimes God don't mark me say me a leader. That's okay. But most of the man you get for hope, you get for aim bigger than your height, or So that's my intention. Seriously, that's my main intention that one day. For make I able to give me small patriotic duty towards Sierra Leone. I will give me a story. When the time reach, I will give me a story. Whether they buy them, it will support me, irrespective of voting or your political affiliation. Irrespective of that. Because I have, ascend myself beyond partisan politics, even though I affiliate myself to a political party, but are they beyond that bickering, that divisiveness? I have a big problem with some few folks now the APC party, where them believe saying when it then say party politics, it's all about lying, it's all about deception, it's all about manipulation, just for you for win. It's all about winning an election. It doesn't matter how you win them. But sometimes you win an election, but the consequence of your action, it deter you from success. And you know, go on for be a president where you not succeed. You see? So these are some of the things where me don't transcend above. You not go tell me say a partisan or are not patriotic. No. Anyway, let's continue. Politics of division because of no vision. All right. I am ready to be part of the right movement, a movement to benefit the generation to come, a honest and ethical movement for the people. We ready show us your vision. Yeah, I will put my visions together by God's power, and when I put my visions together, I sell them to the public. Without one for support, you support. Without no one for support, no support. And I appreciate is if we all be part of this movement. Never say never in this world, and not ever neglect yourself or not ever put down yourself. Any one of you could be the best leader in that country. It depends how determined you are, how sincere and credible you are. But you could be the best leader in that country. So not ever say, me not a leader, not get for be a leader. No. Be hopeful. We don't see people their way, whatever dream for say them become, then get for be leaders them. Them be leaders there, and they happen for be some of the best leaders them in the world. Okay? Who could have thought Obama a black person will ever be a president in this country at this particular time? It starts because God been on destined for say he get for be the president, a leader in this country. Now it's stuck, the reason why me know they try for destroy my reputation just because I want to be a leader. No, I can't do that. Now that make a lot of people they hate me, to be honest with you. They not like the way me they behave. But one thing way I they assure you, those people trust me. And that's all I need. You don't need for like me. Because me not a girlfriend or boyfriend. No, that's not my point. If you trust me, I know say love and likeness, they come naturally with the trust. In the package of trust, you get likeness, you get love, and you get everything where they make you who you are. But if you just try for use likeness is a standalone entity. You can like somebody, but they come with trust. I like that person, but me, I not trust them for get money. Because when you get money, they pay. I like that person, but I know they give me picking for marriage because I know say not to trustworthy person. See, those are stand-alone individual, love, likeness, and all the other thing. But if you get trust, credibility, it comes with the package, the entire package they come in. I well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've been saying 1 hour some minutes, but I end up for spend nearly 2 hours. It's worth it. I like it because the more I engage with people there, the more I they continue for talk. But oh, look, Shaban, you are too late, man. I'm almost done. Look, Shaban, have you seen the data from ECSL? The figure did not match up. Mada did not win the election. By ECSL result, they should have gone to a runoff. ECSL should bring peace in Sierra Leone. Can you send me the data we talk about? Lucretia, please do that. Send me the data. I really want to see that data the way they talk about. You see ECSL data, not so. Lucretia, let me give me number so that you go send and you can WhatsApp them to me. Oh, wait, I see if I go able to write my number now. Oh, okay, I get the number now. Lucretia, my number this. This is my personal cell phone. Okay. You don't take them? They are send me that data way you talk about. May not be saying some campus in we just don't go sit down, you don't drink omole, you begin put things in together and say or maybe in a new data you get new national election. Is it National Election Watch? Yeah, National Election Watch. Then data way they may bring. So do you send me the data, the new data where you say you don't get? Now the number is 480-862-5771. Okay. But me not see that data date actually. Maybe. Send them to me, please. Okay. Well, I think say unfortunately, I don't reach to the end of the program. So yeah. Sierra Leone is for us. Okay. Never try for put yourself down for anything. Nothing now this way away na impossible things. It depends according to your determination, your sincerity, and the way you interact with people there. Okay. So when the time reach, if God be not marks him in a leader, all the doors then they open. I believe that. But we need a movement where we're able for give something where we're able to help generally the country. Now, when we politics is always individualized. That's not the biggest problems we will get. Individualized in the sense, well, this now for this individual tribe. Now you focus on. This now for the individual region. Now you focus on. This now for this individual person. Now you focus on. Everything is in the individualized. Now in the Hamburg wisdom. If we try for do things collectively, then we'll be able to succeed. But we stand a chance. Sierra Leone is too small for make we able for make them a paradise. We get everything what we need for make Sierra Leone a paradise. Everything. Now, one thing we will not get, and now they make everything they crumble the way they crumble. So, attitude. Our attitude towards our country. It's very, 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 very bad. I've been appreciate way. Well, let me play this ad quickly. Then I will continue try for finish this.
Do you want to broadcast and make money instantly? Join Caster today. It is 100% free. All you need is a video camera and internet. Go to caster.net and check it out.
Hi. Well, that was just a small ad with one of the platforms where are the broadcast now, a very new platform. Let me see if I go able to show now this platform. Let me see if I go able to. Let's see. All right. This is the platform, right? Like you see, Adepan broadcast. Let me just show now quickly. All right, when I see them, now the platform this way, you go able to use them now free platform actually. No need for pay anything for broadcast. Now the platform this now they are the broadcast. So now the add that one the way I just show now platform now very like all platforms and we just block you because you know like what they do like YouTube, um, Instagram, TikTok. Okay, yeah. So um, they are coming. A lot of platforms are on the way. They coming. Okay. I just want to thank you very much again for come and help me for discuss more about things where they affect Sierra Leone. We are still going to monitor whatever demonstration that is going on in Sierra Leone and make sure it not go out of control. And the government self therefore be very careful, make they not begin kill people there unnecessarily because the people themselves then get the right for protests, even though I not support this protest because of the circumstance. But I don't think say it even matter at this time for protest because what did they protest for? Because for the election is done. There's nothing you can do. Nothing. We don't miss them. We don't miss them. If we for be not going to court, at least we not like the court, but at least do the legal things then we're supposed to do. Sometimes some of who for being get a little bit of hope for say, okay, yeah, we still stand a chance, but we deliberately refuse for going to court, even though we get some of the best lawyers them. They demented people na social media, then don't hijack we party. Even now, some of the leaders then they free them people, then they which them people then they talk and then they go with. Very, very bad, unfortunately. But anyway, I thank you very much for Canada program. Okay. I think they read that the exchange between Shaw and Nayali. Nayali. Una continue the what they call, but when I continue that me own program don't do anyway. So as time they come very near, I will continue for giving some updates and try for put things in together and see how Usai God puts we. Okay, but I'm serious. I don't talk about this for how many years now? Not so. It don't pass 5 years where they talk about 2028. Who knows? Maybe God they put blessing on that. Okay. Well, we'll see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Bye.